It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. Hello, friends. Merry Christmas. I know I don't have the best singing voice, boy. I try, really. You guys, let me know. Did I try? Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Becoming You, where we discuss the complexities of adulthood. My name is Bukola, and I am your host. So now let's chat. How is Christmas going with you? Are you having a dirty December? Are you having a dry December? Are you going to be indoor? Are you spending time with family? Is it going to be a cozy moment? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Have you been receiving gifts? Are you giving gifts? What's happening? Let me just share about my Christmas. So far, my December has not been lit. My December has been somewhere in between, and I'll be spending this Christmas away from family and away from most of my friends. Well, this is not my first time. I'll try to make it fun, but I'm not going anywhere. I'll be indoor all day on Christmas Day. I'll try not to work or read, and so I'll just be indoor, seeing movies and eating food. Christmas for me is family food, and since the family part is a bit absent, so I'll just be doing food. And speaking about gifts, I think I've given out a couple of gifts and I have received some, but the best gift I have received so far is suspense, please. The best gift I have received so far is let me stop playing around and all. The best gift I've received so far is my podcast, Becoming You. Gifts came very early in December. I think this is the best gift so far because it's so nice to see your dream coming into reality. It has been a learning process. I've been trying to do better with my positioning, with a lot of things. I've been trying to work on myself in delivering the best of me to you all. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the love, for the support. Thank you so much. So nice to know that I would not be figuring out life alone anymore. I'm able to meet people who are on the same page of life with me, and I can discuss the challenges I face as an adult without shame. So if you're watching me for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much. Becoming You is that podcast where we talk about the complexities of the adulthood phase of life, the difficulties we face as an adult, and we just try to look for collective solutions. So it's not just about me, it's becoming you, every one of us. Like, we're all a work in progress, and through this podcast, I hope we're able to understand some things better and we're able to figure out life together. That being said, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I think that's all, yeah? And if you're listening on Spotify, please follow my Spotify channel and turn on your notification button so you get notified when I drop a new episode. I appreciate the love, my friends. I think the year will be over in a week and some days. So, it's that time of the year again where most of us will start thinking about our lives. The retrospective thinking. We think about the decisions we've made, the friends we made, the ones we lost. Reevaluating ourselves and seeing how far we've come. And in light of this, I also engage in retrospective thinking. I was just thinking about my life and my professional journey so far, and I realized that I have grown and my desire and expectation has evolved. Like, what I want from life professionally has changed. And on this episode, I'll just be sharing my journey so far, just share the things I've done, how I was able to transition, and I'll just share about my major move from lecturing to product management. Come with me as we discuss this. So this episode is more like continuation of last week's episode. Like we said last week, passion is not static. It evolves a lot. Now let's dive into the conversation of the day. Right before we dive in, let's hear what these amazing people think of the adulthood phase.
Adulthood is responsibility.
Adulthood is complicated.
Adulthood is growth.
Adulthood is maturity.
Adulthood is being independent.
Adulthood is stressful.
Adulthood has been confronting.
Adulthood is draining.
Adulthood is decision making.
Adulthood is resilient.
Adulthood is overwhelming.
Adulthood is fun and adventurous.
Remember, I'm not here to demonize this phase, but to say it as it is. So I've said this on this podcast so many times, and I think by now you know what I studied in the university. I studied Portuguese. As an undergraduate, I wanted to become a lecturer. I wanted to become a professor. I wanted to teach languages, Portuguese language. I was working towards it and I was praying towards it. In fact, in my final year, I heard of a guy that was offered a lecturing job and he turned it down. He declined it. And I became furious. I was angry because I'm like, why would someone reject my dream job? I felt that was the best opportunity we could get as people who were studying languages. So I was furious, like, what plans does this guy have? Does he actually know what he has rejected? I was just angry at another person's decision for no reason. I was angry, but I was praying for my own and working towards my own. As God will have it, I got my offer upon graduating in the Nigerian educational system. After your first degree, it's kind of mandatory to serve the country for a year. So during my service year, I lectured at a university. So this period of time for me was everything I wanted. It was everything I prayed for. So I was enjoying the process. I enjoyed meeting my students. It was nice imparting knowledge. I loved the process. I became so attached to my student that they didn't even want me to leave. It was so good. Meanwhile, during that period of time, I was working remotely as a customer service representative and a virtual assistant. Yes, I was doing 3 jobs together. After my service year, I was offered a full-time job at the university. But guess what? The lady who was furious at another person for declining a lecturing offer declined that offer too. I declined the offer, 1, because I felt it wasn't what I needed at that time. 2, I was considering the option of becoming a digital nomad. Like, I found it really nice because you're able to find close to perfect work-life balance. You're able to be present with your family and still make an impact in the world. I moved from being a customer service. I took a course in product management, and that was how product management came into the picture. So I was going to leave lecturing to become a full-time products manager. Transition is not something that happens overnight. It's a process, and I think my process started from getting exposed to other opportunities. Then I wanted to explore the opportunities better. Then I took courses, and it was a process of proper consideration. I will share some of the challenges I faced. So I think a major challenge for me was making the decision to transition. I like rhymes. So yeah, it was a major challenge for me because I was scared. I was scared of the possibility of not getting a better job. I was scared of not doing well as a product manager. I was just scared of making the wrong decision. And aside from this fear, I was also scared of breaking the news to my family because they already liked the idea, or let me say my dad especially already was used to the idea of his daughter being a lecturer, and he loved it. I was young, I was lecturing. I was scared to even call him, but I just felt they needed to know before I finalized my decision. So I put a call through to him. I had rehearsed my lines before calling him. Then I put a call through to him and I was like, Dad, I am not going to be a lecturer anymore. I think it's not what I want for my life right now, and I want to move into doing something else. And he sighed and he asked me just one question: what's the alternative plan? Then I started telling him about product management. I told him I could work at Google. He uses Google. I told him I could work at Microsoft. I was just giving him ideas of things I could do, who a product manager is, what a product manager does. I started telling him these things, and he was like, if you feel this is what you want, I fully support you. And I was like, okay, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So there are a lot of things that we tend to consider when we want to transition. We can say it's easy for us to switch, but the switch is not that easy because sometimes you've grown a particular career to an extent. Abandoning your work progress and your journey in your previous field can be tough. It's not easy to just move on from something you've always done. It's not easy to accept that you no longer feel the fulfillment that comes from doing a particular thing. It's not easy because I felt like lecturing was perfect for me, so having to leave it at that time, it was tough. Really, it was tough, sincerely. And I miss my students. So if you're watching this and you were my student at some point, I really miss you guys. So yeah, I think that was the big transition. Let me just share advices for people that are thinking of transitioning. So before you leave your current role, I would advise you do a very detailed research about where you're going to. Try to understand what you want to get into, because some things look beautiful on the surface. When you dig deep, you realize that probably that is not actually what you want. The idea of it can be appealing to you, but the main deal might not be what you want for your life. It's best to transition slowly. Try to understand the good, the bad, the ugly. The best way you can even have an idea of where you're going into is by engaging people who are already in the field. But be careful though. Be careful of the kind of advices that you receive, because not everybody give you the go ahead or the motivation you need. I remember when I was an undergraduate, I met with someone who was teaching, and I was speaking to this lady about my interest, and she told me that teaching is not for everybody, and she doesn't see me as someone who would be able to teach. When she said that, I was taken aback, like, You don't know me. Why would you make that assumption about me? And now, over the years, having taught in various places like church, school, I have been able to confirm that teaching is for me. What she said that day actually did hurt me, but I didn't give up on my goal to teach, or because I knew myself to an extent. So there's a level of self-awareness I think we're supposed to have, and when people tell you cannot do something, don't accept their assumptions about your life. Try it out, and if you see that you are actually not good at doing it, just go back. Let me make you laugh a bit. I joined the choir department as a teenager. They made me feel like I could sing, but with every praise and worship I led, with every special number I was asked to lead, I realized that singing was not for me. So I remember when I wanted to leave the department, I had to message my pastor. I told her that I have realized that I do not have the talent to sing. Singing is not for me, and that was how I left the department, and I found myself in the teaching department. So don't accept when someone tells you can't do something. Try it out. Check it out. If you see that it's not working and truly you don't enjoy it, you don't have to be bothered about what people will think about you giving up. Just leave and move on to the next thing you feel you like doing or you enjoy doing. Being said, I feel as you're making your plans for the coming year, it's really important to you reevaluate your level of satisfaction with what you do. As you're planning to cut out friendships and cut out this and cut out that and pick up new habits, you should try to check your level of satisfaction, and you can make a strategic plan to exit what you currently do or your current career path if it's not something that aligns with your passion. Just be strategic about it. Make a very strategic plan. Know what you want. Don't be swayed away easily by what people say or the different opportunities they bring to you. Just be more focused on you. At the end of the day, it's a personal journey. In a nutshell, all I'm trying to say is career fluctuation is very normal. It's okay for you to move. In fact, there are multiple ways to success, really. If you're capable, you can explore more than one career path. I was discussing with someone and we spoke about this. But just try to hone your skills and just make a strategic exit plan. If you don't feel the satisfaction you ought to feel from what you do, make it strategic. It is very, very important, at this stage of our lives, we move strategically. So I think that'll be all on today's episode. Next episode, still in the spirit of thinking about my life, I'm coming here to rant. I'm going to rant about the challenges I faced in this year, and I hope I'm able to find people that will connect with my struggles and we're able to find solutions together. I think that will be it. Don't let me take too much of your time, please. It's Christmas. And let me know what you're cooking this Christmas. And before I forget, if you've actually moved from a career path to another career path, let me know in the comment section. Let me know how your process was, and share tips for people that are still looking to transition. And together we will work towards having a fulfilling professional life. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to every one of you. Bye. Thanks for listening. Catch you on the next episode. Do not forget to live every moment and leave no room for regrets. Remember to follow this channel so you get notification whenever I drop a new episode. Thank you. Bye.